All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about the Errol Spence Jr. Terence Crawford fight that quite honestly is starting to look like it's not going to happen, at least not this year. Fans are saying it, the calendar's saying it. Let's talk about why in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we are going to be in the 147-pound division, talking about what could be the biggest fight in boxing between Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford, and what it looks like is going to happen moving forward. No guarantees here, no promises here, no inside sources here, just simple logic, a calendar, and what a lot of boxing fans are saying, as well as some things that the fighters have said. Before I get into that, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Join the community. We really have a lot of really good conversations that go on, and I think that you will appreciate them. If you are a longtime subscriber and supporter to the channel, thank you for your support. Make sure you share the video on your social media, hit the like, helps the channel grow, would be greatly appreciated. So, and first of all, also I got allergies, dog hair all over the place in my office. So if I sneeze a little bit, I'll put breaks in the video, but excuse me ahead of time if I have to scratch my nose or something. I do one take on these videos, don't do a whole lot of editing other than just some minor things. So it is what it is. Let's move into this conversation though. Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford is the biggest fight in boxing, one of the best fights in boxing. I don't know if it's the biggest fight in boxing. And I think that that's really the problem, because there is no real way to know for sure that this fight is the biggest fight in boxing, in that the biggest money maker in boxing. But I do believe it is the best fight that can be made amongst the top and the best fighters in the world. Errol Spence Jr. is a WBC champion, the WBA champion, and the IBF champion. Terence Crawford is a WBO champion, a former undisputed champion at junior welterweight, and also a former lightweight champion. Many people consider Terence Crawford to be the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. Some people consider Errol Spence Jr. to be that. Most people have them both within their top 5 of the top most skilled fighters in boxing. So when you have that type of fight lined up, you're looking at something that feels a lot like Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns. Feels like, maybe when Roy Jones Jr. and Bernard Hopkins were in their prime, if they would have been fighting, that level of competition in the ring, and something that a lot of people were really looking forward to. Errol Spence Jr. has said that he was trying to make this fight for this calendar year, 2022. Terence Crawford, for his part, said that he was trying to get the fight real soon, even though he said down the line right before he said real soon. But as things are developing, it's looking like that is less and less likely every week. Now, why do I say that? First and foremost, because of the calendar and the fact that for a fight at this level, typically they have 12-week training camps. Right? 12-week training camps. 12 weeks is 3 months at the date of this video. It is August 24th. 12 weeks from today means that the only real dates that they have left that would occur after that would be the 3rd of December, the 10th of December, and the 17th of December. Now, as far as the 17th of December, I do believe that is gone, because there is a UFC fight taking place that night in Vegas. Terence Crawford said he does not want to fight in Dallas, Texas, so he wants to fight. He insists that you fight somewhere else. The only other place that's going to be more than likely for a fight of this magnitude is going to be Vegas, and I doubt very much that they compete with the UFC for the 17th, the date of December 17th. Then you have December 10th and December 3rd. So pretty much that's 2 weeks that we have left. So if they don't make this fight within the next week or so, like announce this fight within the next week or so, it's going to be very difficult to do that, because even when you have the 12-week training camp, usually when they announce fights like this or a fight this big, they do a tour and they go around and they talk about the fights. You got a lot of different face-offs and things that may happen in a 3 or 4 city tour over the course of a week. So there you have to add another week for the promotion of the fight, right? So just looking at the date, it really doesn't seem as if they're going to be able to pull this fight off this year. And so then when you're going into January, you're going into February or March of next year, depending on where they put that fight. Typically there's not a lot of big fights that take place in January, right? Or really in the first part of the year. The real big fight dates are usually in May and September and later on in the year. Now, I'm sure people in the comment section will give me a lot of exceptions to that. And I'm for sure for a fight like this, the exceptions could be made. But if they're going to fight in a stadium in Las Vegas, then you're looking at weeks where the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium, where they're going to be they're going to be playing on that weekend. So and then you have it just really seems like it's going to be tough to get this done this year, or maybe even in the early part of next year. And then you had some things that Errol Spence Jr. himself has said, like, now this is obvious, and I did a video about it earlier. This is obviously just a cryptic message from him. But again, as I said in my video, most times these guys say things like that. I mean, especially Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford, who know very well everybody is hanging off every one of their words. Everybody basically in the hardcore boxing circles are hanging off their words. When he says, look, I'm focused on myself, it's like, look, man, I got to do me. That's another way of saying, look, man, I got to do me. He may very well be like looking at it like, I don't know, man, it's moving on from it. And also, man, you have the kind of a non-committal tone that, in the last interviews that were given by Terence Crawford about it, saying hopefully and, soon or, down the line, words like that kind of ring out to me, man, that, that he's really going to try to stand pat on trying to get whatever it is that he's looking for in this fight. Errol Spence Jr., maybe a month ago say, look, man, if this fight doesn't happen, it's not me. So right there, Errol Spence Jr. is saying, yeah, man, there's a chance that this fight's not happening. The most you've got out of these guys, everybody talking about it, is the word hopefully. So, man, I'm starting to lean towards what a lot of fans have been saying. Shout out to Fim Sator, who's been like, look, man, this fight, he's like, man, this fight's not going to happen. And I'm not getting into what the reason is that the fight's not going to happen necessarily, even though, I have a suspicion it's what the TBC said all along, that they don't want, that the amount of money they would be offering Terence Crawford for that fight would be an insult. Then you've got Deontay Wilder, also with kind of like cryptic messages about how, powerful people in boxing are standing in the way of certain fights being made. And, you had, and so obviously, the two big fights that people are looking to get made that don't look like they're going to get made are the Errol Spence Terence Crawford fight and the Gervonta Tank Davis Ryan Garcia fight. So it may very well be that they're trying to keep some of those fights in-house with the PBC, or definitely Golden Boy keeping stuff in-house over there at DAZN. But anyway, it is what it is. You let me know what you think in the comment section, and with that, I'm out. Peace.